Enormous musical talent infuses the story of a self-destructive performer whose love affairs and professional triumphs never completely satisfy her loneliness. And only on the stage does she feel safe and loved. Set in the social upheaval of the 60s, where music played an important part, Bette Midler as the Rose represents the search for artistic freedom, as well as the struggle of superstars to survive overwhelming public acclaim. Bette Midler is one of the most popular and outrageous performers ever. She's a superstar, and she's set a style that is really, truly unique. And now she's taken her talent to the motion picture business. Her new film is called The Rose, and I saw it this morning, and I absolutely love it. You are sensational in that movie, Bette.
Thank you.
It's your first acting performance.
In the film?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you think of it after you saw it?
Well, the first time I saw it, I didn't do too well because I was frightened. You know, it was very big. I mean, they blow you up to about 20 times your normal size. And
You're a little person.
Yeah, yeah. The second time I saw it, I thought it was fine. I rather enjoyed myself. Then the third time I hated it again. Then the fourth time I liked it again. So I go in sort of 2-4 times.
Well, you play a rock performer during the 60s. Is any part of the movie a corollary to your own life?
Oh, yeah, lots of it. But not really. There's nothing in my life that's as heavy as that.
Nothing? No?
No.
It wasn't like that for you when you first started?
It was different because I was not a drinker, you know. I was never into booze the way this girl was into booze. And I was never ultimately as self-destructive as she wound up to be. I had personal problems, you know. I had problems with liking my work and being dissatisfied with what I was doing, and I had a few problems with my manager, but never anything as rough as what Rose went through.
No. How about your family? Have they seen it?
No. My sister saw it. My sister saw it. She thought it was fabulous, you know. Well, she's a big booster of mine.
Is your family still in Honolulu?
My father and my brother are still in Honolulu.
Are you going to let them see it?
My father won't see it, no.
No, why?
Oh, I don't think he ought to. He's kind of an old-fashioned guy, and he says it's too late in his life. He doesn't want to be upset, you know. And the language is very rough, and he doesn't like for women to swear and carry on. So he doesn't. I think he'll probably avoid it like the plague, which is fine.
Well, you know, I guess it's fair to say that it's unusual I mean, you are such a talented singer, performer, and it's unusual to make the crossover into motion pictures and be so tremendously capable of both. Don't you think that's fair to say?
You can say anything you like, honey. It's your show.
No, but I mean, it is unusual. Where does all that come from?
I think I got the chance. I think I've had the opportunities, and I've taken advantage of them. I think there are a lot of girls out there who sing great, who can act, and who look great, and probably would be fabulous in films, but they just haven't had the opportunity, I think, that I have had. And part of that is due to the fact that I've taken advantage of all the opportunities that have come my way and tried to make the most of them. There are a lot of girls out there with talent. There's a lot of men out there with talent. But you know, they make so few films a year.
Yes.
It's not like it used to be in the old days when they were churning them out, you know. It's a whole different business now, and I think it's just lack of opportunity.
Well, you're also a solitary singer to the raucous, kind of raunchy rebel rouser. Is that what you're like in life? Are you that complex?
No.
You're not?
I'm real simple.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm afraid so.
Well, where does all of this desire to do so much of so many things so well, where does it come from?
I think knowing that I can. I think ignorance, actually. That doesn't make any sense. I know, let me try to qualify it. I do a lot of things because it never occurs to me that I can't do them. So I do a lot of things sort of halfway. But most people don't do hardly any of it, you know, so I guess it looks sort of like it's a big deal. I don't know.
People would disagree with the doing halfway.
Well, they're very sweet.
What about the talented people that you've always come across? Barry Manilow.
Oh, my dear.
Pianist.
Yes.
And then Melissa Manchester.
The Platform Shoe.
The Platform Shoe.
I was a big booster of the Platform Shoe. I've known a lot of talented people. Yes, I've been very, very lucky. The people who, I don't think I've ever had people work for me who are not talented. I've always thought that I had a real good eye for surrounding myself with people who would enjoy working with me and who had a contribution to make.
You think ability attracts ability?
Yeah, I do. I do. Yeah.
That's the reason for it, you think?
Well, it sounds kind of snotty to say that, you know, but I think so.
Before we started, you were kidding about yourself, and you said, "Oh, good, Miss Mildew."
Yes.
What about the divine Miss M?
What about her?
Well,
I'll murder her.
Do you like that name?
I love it. I really do love it.
Where did it come
She
from?
is Miss Piggy.
Oh.
She is the real Miss Piggy.
Really? You
yes,
think so?
I think so.
Did you always want to perform?
Yeah, from the time I was a little girl, I sang Silent Night when I was in first grade, and I've never been the same since. They clapped and they liked me. It was a big deal.
Who do you think that encouraged you the most in your life to perform?
I think people did it actually unconsciously. No one encouraged me. My mom thought it was, at first didn't think it was a valuable way to spend your time, and my father didn't like it at all. So I didn't get a lot of enthusiasm from my folks, but I used to watch other performers, and I used to say, gee, that looks like fun, I'd like to do that, or I could do that. And so, you know, just the films I grew up with and the performers I watched when I was growing up are really all the encouragement that it took.
Okay, having done The Rose, where you sing an awful lot of hard rock, and it's got to be tough on your voice, are you glad you weren't a hard rock singer?
No, I can't wait to be a hard rock singer.
Really? You
I'm
like
going to
it?
be a hard rock
But isn't
singer.
that tough on your voice?
It's real tough on your voice, but it's so much fun.
Is it?
It's hard on your body, too. It hurts like hell to just push that stuff out over the system.
Great to watch.
Thanks.
What's going to happen for you now?
I'm going to do a show here on Broadway, and I think I'm going to do, I don't know. I'd like to stay in films.